It takes so long to find like good stuff at the thrift store. I'm not happy about that. For $12, so these bad boys are staying here. Oh, so cute, so cute. So today I have my trusty notebook because I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about what we're gonna do today. So this vlog, I really want to focus on like the thrifting aspect of kind of my business. We are focusing on sweaters, tops, coats, blazers, and dresses. Some brands I'm going to be on the lookout for are going to be like Vintage, Anthropologie, J. Crew, Free People Movement, and just regular Free People. So the reason I wanted to make that sourcing plan is, so something I have really tried to change in my business is really just trying to fine tune like what's selling well for me and what's selling quickly. I know that when I go sourcing sometimes I'm not always able to find those brands or those categories, but I feel like if I make a plan each week or every time I go sourcing, I feel like it will help me kind of stay focused. So before I keep rambling, let's go hunt for some cool things at the thrift. So the first sweater or top I found was this, I think it was called Danny by Danny. It gave me Free People vibes, but I decided to leave it. This next one was J. Jill. J. Jill is just not performing well for me at all, so I decided to pass on it. I put it in the cart, but later decide. This was a great brand. I'll show you and talk to you a little bit about it later. It was actually vintage, made with alpaca, so that was pretty cool. This was a vintage J. Crew. I put it in the cart, but I honestly decided to leave it. I didn't really check comps. This I also found was new with tags. This Talbot's kind of Sherpa jacket. I decided to put that in the cart. But spoiler, I did decide to pass on that because the comps were just not good. And you're going to kind of notice that a lot. I do find a lot of great things, don't get me wrong. I found this Coldwater Creek kind of like cottagecore dress, and I did put it in the cart. But one thing in particular that I'm really trying to do is check comps, because a lot of items that I did find were oversaturated or they were just not good styles, out of season, and I'm not trying to bring home stuff that is not going to sell quickly. Okay, so I have a full cart, some ones I will keep and ones we won't. Be our standard. First go back. Florida, Camden. They are like for $12. So these bad boys are staying here. Okay, so I just got back in, and that, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is why I'm like not a huge fan of going to a regular thrift store, just because, and I'm sorry if you can hear my air, I'm like heating up. In the store they were like blasting the heater. It takes so long to find like good stuff at the thrift store for me personally, and I was just getting really frustrated because I spent an hour and a half in there, and I definitely, for the amount of time, if I could go to the Goodwill outlet, like I would have probably found like so much more items. So, you know, it's okay, but like I don't do this every week just because it takes so long. That's for me personally. I only found 4 things. I found like one good thing that I think was worth it. Actually, like 2 things that were worth it. Sorry, this person is like staring at me in the car as I talk, but I'm going to go to Starbucks because I did not go to Starbucks earlier. So I'm going to head over there, try to cheer myself up and not feel like I completely wasted like 2.5 hours. But that's the reality of it. You know, sometimes they are some good wins and sometimes they're like not good wins. So let's go to Starbucks. Let's get a little treat, little pick me up, and then we're going to go over to the Goodwill outlet, and I'm sure I will find a lot better stuff there. Made it to the bins, and I found this Ralph Lauren, but this was pretty stained. This was actually a very sad day at the bins. Oh, don't want to knock the coffee over. I did actually find this, which you guys will see in the haul. It does need a little cleaning and a little depelling, but that was probably one of the best finds I found at the bins today. These were some Columbia pants, snow pants. They had a great sell-through rate, but these were pretty stained and they had a lot of dirt. This was a cashmere. This was like a Max Studio cashmere sweater. I was gonna get it, but noticed the holes. This was a cute embroidered rag that I actually threw back because it had a lot of weird stains on it. This was an Anthropologie cardigan. It was so cute and I'm so sad I had to leave it. And yeah, it gave me Johnny Was vibes, but it has just like this giant rip, as you can see, trying to show you, and there's just no way to fix that. But yeah, I was just admiring all the embroidery and the little birds. This was Expert. I had never heard of the brand, but I threw it back. Hi guys, I am back from going to the bins and going to the thrift store. I stopped at Salad & Go. I don't know if anybody has Salad & Go, but it's like one of my healthier options to pick from. I'm trying to not buy food out, but sometimes when like I've been thrifting pretty much all day, I'm like really need something to eat because my blood sugar is getting low. So I just got a kind of like a sweet potato chicken autumn wrap, I guess, and then I got like this green kind of reviver, like green juice. It's pretty good. So all right, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the things that I found and some like things that I will be changing up in my business. So I guess I'll start with that first and then we'll get into the thrift haul. So I've noticed, basically, and let me know down below if you guys have noticed this in your bins locations or if you shop at the bins, my bins prices is going up, and like I said a couple vlogs ago, I anticipated this to happen, but I didn't think that, I was hoping it wouldn't be true. So my bins used to be $1.99 per pound for clothing, and I took a picture of it because I wanted to remember, and I also sent it to my sister, that the price change is going to start on January 1st of 2026, and they are going to go up to $2.29 a pound for clothing, accessories, houseware, and toys, and then $1.19 for glassware, metal, electronics, and dishes. So I'm not happy about that. I'm still, let me know what your guys' prices are down below. I would love to know. I know some areas, Mark, please stop. Some areas are crazy expensive. I know some areas are crazy cheap. I would say ours is kind of in the middle. I currently live in Arizona, so those are our prices for Arizona. Let's scoot this back a little bit. So I knew that it was going to happen. So moving forward, I am definitely going to be just being more picky, to be honest with you. Reselling has slowed down a lot for me. I am trying to build up my store, but without being negative or I don't want to come across as complaining, basically, when I give you some updates. So I do want to try some things out. I do want to start looking into other items besides clothing. So I am going to incorporate probably a little bit of like things that I can find out and about, like regular items. I'm going to focus on like hard goods too. I don't know. I'm really anxious about that, but there is a section at my Goodwill outlet, and my sister has been finding a lot of great things. So I'll probably show you guys more vlogging with my sister and stuff when we go to the Goodwill outlet, and some things that we can find in those hard good bins, because I think that the best thing I can do is try to diversify, because I'm noticing just a dramatic decrease in just like clothing sales. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find something part-time to supplement reselling. It's just because, and I'm not trying to come across as complaining. I just want to be transparent that like my sales and the amount of income I have been making from reselling is not what it used to be even 6 months ago. I was looking at my numbers and I was like pretty surprised. The beginning of the year, I was doing pretty well. It could be some things that I have done to my own store, just like slowing down, limiting the amount of items I was sourcing. So it could be because of those factors that I have done, and I'm fully aware of that. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is try to increase my listings, try to find better items, also diversify a little bit. But I am understanding that like if I have to get a part-time job, like I'm just gonna have to do that, because I don't want to have another year of being stressed out and overwhelmed. So yeah, those are kind of my updates. I will continue updating you guys. That is something I just like doing in my videos, especially my vlogs. It's an opportunity for me to talk to you guys and also be transparent about like things that I'm noticing in the reselling world. And I would love to know, like, how are your guys' sales? Have you noticed any changes with reselling? Have you noticed any dips with like clothing sales wise? How are your sales? I know for me, I have noticed a dramatic decrease. Like, I'm probably realistically making half of what I was previously. So I'm hopeful to get back to that. But again, I'm also not going to be against trying anything new. So yeah. Okay, so let's start with the things that I found at the regular thrift store. So first thing I found, and I did comp everything. As you saw in the video, I had a full cart. I found a lot of great things. I found things that I was really excited about finding, but after checking comps, most of the items were saturated. They were not selling well, or I couldn't find reliable comps on them. I did end up just getting 4 items, but these 4 items I'm happy about. I'm confident. I've ran numbers on them. I'm going to continue looking at like what categories are selling for me, what brands. As I've noticed, reselling has changed a lot, and it definitely has in the last couple years, I would say. I feel like making these adjustments and these changes to my business will help me to not oversource, because it's very easy for me to be like, oh, my sales are down. I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of stuff so I can list a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to do that again, because what happened when I did that is I flooded my store with things that were not super desirable, and they just kind of sat forever. So I'm really trying to not do that. I'm not trying to, I guess, panic buy is what I call it, because I've done that a lot. So, sorry, I digress. So this is Free People Beach, and Free People, like I showed you my categories before, it still performs well for me. So this is a maxi dress. It is kind of ribbed, textured, and it's a lilac purple color, which I love this color. I was really, really happy about this pickup. So I normally do not pick up this brand. This is called Zaya Active, and the brand is hit or miss. Haven't found it in a long time, but this was brand new with tax, and it was a puffer coat. It's called the Balanza Peak Ombre Coat. I'm sorry if I mispronounce things. I am not the best with it. I do try my best to pronounce things correctly, but you know, I'm human, so I'm not gonna be perfect. This is an ombre, like puffer jacket. It's really cute. It's a size medium, and coats and jackets are performing pretty well for me. I paid around $10. I will put it on the screen. I got 4 items there, and I spent a total of $22.10. So when I'm editing, I will put my average cost of goods on the screen for you. So just 2 more items from the thrift store. Mar, you decided to get in the bag. Let me see if you guys can see her. Look at her. She's like, what's going on in here? What are you doing? What have you found? She always does that. Every time I go to the thrift store or go to the outlet or anything, she likes to smell. Obviously, she probably smells a bunch of smells from thrift stores. So can you not, please, just chill? Okay. Take the bag from her. All right, so this brand is called ML Kiesler, I think. This is a vintage brand, so I'm going to show you that. Hopefully you can see. But it is alpaca wool, and it's made in Peru. And this is a button-down, kind of like a geometric printed blue cardigan. Now, when I checked up this brand, it had a great sell-through rate, so I did decide to pick it up. I just noticed a flaw. Jeez, Taylor. That's okay. I'm pretty handy with the sewing thing, so I can easily fix that. It's coming apart right there, but I can fix that and it won't be noticeable at all. I did not see any other flaws, but yeah, they had that priced at just $4, so yeah, thought it was a good pickup. And the last thing I found, I have sold this many times. I believe it's sold at Urban Outfitters, and it's a pretty popular sweatshirt when I've come across it. This is Nirvana. Anything band related, graphic tees, anything like that, it tends to sell really well for me. This is a size small to medium, and it's just really pretty, like hot pink, and it has kind of like that smiley face, kind of what they're known for. They're like smiley face graphic, and it's relaxed fit and super cute. Okay, next thing. This, I went to the bins after this, and I spent $8.40 at the bins, and I got around 4 pounds. So it was not a great day at the bins, and they were not rotating like quickly at all. So my bins location, sorry, I'm looking for the tag. My bins location takes forever to rotate. Let me know if you guys have similar bins that are like this. I've heard some resellers talk about their bins, how they do like fast rotations. Mine does not. There's a lot of waiting around, so that's the only downfall. I obviously I'm still going to go to the bins because I think it's worth it, but it takes longer to source basically. So I have to kind of account for that. I used to try to source and list and everything in the same day, and it's just not realistic because sometimes I will have to spend like 4 to 5 hours at the Goodwill just to get like 4 or 5 rotations in to find the, good stuff. So that's okay. This is called Cosmic Threads. It's 100% silk, and it is this really cute, like lightweight kimono. It's kind of got a retro psychedelic print to it. Very lightweight. I was so sad. You'll see in the video, I found a Anthropologie kimono, like an older tag Anthropologie, but it was ripped, and it was so cute. It gave me like Johnny Was vibes, and I was so excited. It was like one of the first things I found when I went into the bins, and I had to throw it back because it was like ripped, and there was no way to like fix the rip. And kind of got ahead of myself because I keep picking up stuff that like I could potentially fix, which is, I need to stop doing that because it was kind of something I did before and it's not great. I have just a few more things to show you guys. So the next thing is this Banana Republic. I don't really pick up this brand, but I'll explain why I picked this one up. Size small, and I'm sorry, these items are not going to be in pristine condition yet. I have to lint roll them, check if they have any stains and stuff like that. I always check if they have flaws, but I like to go over it again before I'm photographing. But this is an Angora little cream cardigan, and it has these really cute oversized button detail on the front. Very Y2K style. Okay, so this is hot cotton size 2X, and this is kind of a linen blend, lag and look style blouse. And like I said, as we are going out of like sweater season and stuff like that, I know we're still kind of going through that season, but I'm trying to think a little bit ahead. So in January, I'm going to start looking for like more spring stuff. So next item is quince. This is probably the best thing, one of the best things I found at the bins. It does have quite a bit of pilling on it, but it's 100% cashmere, and I do not mind depilling this because I know it will sell for decent money. So 2 more things. I'm going to start looking into picking up shoes again. Just as my sell-through rate, I want to sell things that are going to sell for better money, I guess. So I found these, and I know rock climbing shoes can do pretty well, and these are called, I'm just going to put the brand on there for you guys. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'm tired of embarrassing myself. But these are just rock climbing. I am going to clean them up a little bit, but when I checked comps, they had a really great sell-through rate. And yeah, so if you see rock climbing shoes, I would consider looking them up. They kind of do look weird. And yeah, I mean, I've been rock climbing like once or twice, so I kind of know what they look like, but yeah, they can be pretty good. Last thing I got, I don't ever pick up this brand, but this is called Pebble Beach Collection. Reason I got it was it's baby alpaca and wool. It is a men's sweater. There is a little bit of a spot. I'm going to spot treat it, but it has this little like logo. It's called Pebble Beach Golf Links. And it kind of gives me like preppy, relaxed, kind of 90s vibes. So I did pick that up, and that was a style-based pickup. So yeah, that is everything I found. I'm so sorry that my haul was a lot smaller, and I wasn't, I found some good stuff, but it wasn't like super amazing or anything. Sometimes I go to the bins and they aren't good days. Sometimes they are really great days. So I just want to kind of show you I guess both aspects of it. But yeah, I'm still really grateful for everything I found. Let me know down below how your bins have been. How has your sourcing been? December has kind of been good for me, but I know that January coming around usually is, in my experience, the best time to find thrifted items, just because after Christmas, I noticed that's when everybody like kind of declutters because they got, gifts and a whole bunch of new stuff. So I'm really excited for January's sourcing. So hopefully we can put some good thrifting vibes out there and we can find some really fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let me know down below how you like this video. If you do like reseller content or thrifting content, I would love it if you consider subscribing, liking the video, and I guess there's this new thing called hype. If you'd like to hype the video, that would be awesome. I would love it so much. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, see you later. Bye, guys.